What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and if you are picking up where we left off in the last video, you would know that we're going out there to go ahead and see if this new defensive scheme for MUT 21 will work. Now, EA Sports revealed all the XFactor and SuperStar abilities like almost a couple weeks ago, and we saw them. We know what it's about. We know about Bottleneck. We know about Avalanche. We know about all the stuff that's going on. A lot of the stuff is still the same from the previous years, but what I'm trying to determine for you guys is what makes it easiest for you guys to win more games. For me, I can switch my team up like every single game and still get the victory because I understand the concept of the game, because it's changed since Madden 16 going forward. It's actually been a lot different. So what we have to do now is we have to figure out exactly what is necessary to get wins. Okay, now keep all of that in mind, that during the EA access period, there probably will be no patch. But as of day one with the official release, probably August 28th, they're going to tune the game or adjust it. So this is all going to change based on what's going on, but I want you to see it. Lawrence Taylor, Myles Garrett, okay, and Taylor Mays. So what are we going to be doing? Typically, we spoke about the way in the closed beta of Madden 21, the linebackers felt sluggish. They felt like they were running around with dookie in their pants, and they weren't moving the way that we wanted them to. So what does that mean for us? We have to have proper user, because if we don't, our opponent's going to take advantage of that. They're going to throw the seam route, hike the ball, throw it anywhere. They're going to do that stuff. And if you guys think that that won't work in 21, you're sadly mistaken. Okay, you're going to still be able to throw at people's users. You're going to still be able to do these wild things because that's what the abilities are for. When you have an opponent that comes out and they do certain things, I'm just letting you guys see this real quick. We're going to replace, Warren Sapp with Myles Garrett. We're going to put Jadeveon Clowney at an end. We're going to have Brian Burns on the outside. I think we're gonna put Anthony Barr back in at the middle linebacker, but I was just trying to show you guys exactly how we're going to be working it. But know this though, regardless of how your team is set up in 21, if we run 3-4, it's going to be similar to this, but obviously lower level players at launch, but they're going to be super fast. They're going to be able to do certain things that other players can't. Because we're going to have to test out at launch what these attributes, what these abilities are doing, how it works, which players we're putting it on, all that stuff like that. Now you can see with having this much speed on the D line, everybody is screaming. Now he sent his running back out, which is not wise when you play against me, but he did it because he doesn't care. Now this guy, I don't know how you guys consider like the Madden players that you play, but most Madden players, when they feed off the fact that they have an ability, or, they're like, look, I can throw it right here because even though it's in the coverage and the 17 guys there, I have an ability. These guys are going to make you, just not know what to do with yourself. He's running a slot. He's a psycho. This is one of the more difficult formations to deal with simply because you have the RPO, you have the screen, you have all kinds of stuff. But it doesn't matter because you can always play defense and, make it very uncomfortable for your opponent, because I know what they want to do. When dudes come out running a slot, they're looking for that streak on the outside. That's one of the main things that they're looking to do. After they do that, they're looking for the screen. They're looking for RPOs. So because we know that that's what they're looking for, we have to do what's in the best of our ability to make sure we take that away. Now, inside zone is very, very difficult to defend for a lot of different reasons. If we're able to deal with that, that is something that can completely nullify that formation. So it's actually interesting that he came out running this formation, because it makes it so I know that we will be able to get away with just having these guys the way it's set up, having all speedsters, including our DN. Right there, look at Myles Garrett. Now look, granted, a lot of you guys understand, if he does not have abilities, that is going to be far and few between. He's not going to be able to do that every time, okay? But you can see, with being able to click on, get your corners involved and everything like that, you still won't have a problem doing that in 21. The problem that most of us will have is that our linebackers are going to move around like complete and utter idiots. Also, the mossing action, will that be there? Will you be able to moss a dude? I think it has to be there because they can't take it away. Now, streak specialist is no longer an ability. EA revealed all of them, and we did not see streak specialists. But we saw, deep passes outside the numbers, inside the numbers, better catching on those type of things. So they still are giving us a different way to get it done. It's not like they're completely taking it away, but we're going to have to take advantage of the things that work with it. That's how we're going to have to deal with it. And I'm going to need you guys to kind of keep your ear to the ground too and see exactly what's going on and add to it. You see what I'm saying? You guys are going to have to add to it. Like right there, he just threw it in the coverage. Now, Moss does not have an ability, and he's not doing a Gmias streak. He's just throwing the ball in the coverage. That's what most players are going to do. Okay, with or without abilities, because the animation basis of the game, it grants them that reward of just being an absolute, like, bruh, a pirate with 2 eye patches. Like, they can't see anything. Most of your opponents are going to play like that. And that's what's going to cause you guys to rage in most cases. But in order to, like, simplify it and make you guys not rage as much, right there, he playmakers me, that's going to probably be still in the game as well, the playmaker. Now, with that right there, that was just a quick hike and through the seam, like I was telling you guys. A lot of the stuff that he was doing at this point, I was trying to figure out different ways to stop it. Like, I pinched my line right there and everybody got caught up, and that was a major issue. Certain things are going to happen during the game where your opponent is going to score, and it's not really much you can do about it, because EA has to make, especially at the beginning of the year, they can't make you just be completely dominant. Your opponent's going to have to be able to get away with something, because it makes more money that way. You see what I'm saying? Like, right there, he's getting mossed, but they have to be able to get away with throwing that streak, because this guy right here, he's not, like bro, he's literally running around with, he's blind in one eye and he can't see out the other. And he's just doing whatever he wants. But EA has to make sure that he's happy and, you know, he feels like he can come back and compete. And that's pretty much what it is. He's rolling outside the pocket, we got the D, and he just doesn't know what to do with himself other than throw an in route. All right, whatever, bro. But again, with the speed and everything that we're going to have set up with this scheme, right there I was utilizing a middle linebacker. We are still going to have opportunities to do that. It's just going to take a little bit of testing. We're going to have to figure out which linebacker is giving us the smoothest movement, which corner, which safety is going to give us the smoothest movement, because that's what it's all about. If we don't have the proper movement, guys, it's not going to work out, especially if they make it so that our middle linebackers, right outside linebackers, our linebacker core cannot jump. We went through a whole year where you were allowed to just throw the ball directly over our heads. Even with a 6'5" Anthony Barr, a 6'7" Julius Peppers, you still did not get an animation. He's gonna go ahead and spike the ball here on 4th and 1. This is what I'm talking about, guys. That's what you guys are dealing with a lot of these guys, and you have to be able to understand that these guys have no idea what's going on, but they're going to beat you, and you're gonna have to deal with it. But with this new scheme and the way we're gonna work it, I don't think we're gonna have many issues with it. Okay, I think that if you guys go back and pause the video and look at the way we're gonna do it, all DNs, no D tackles. We're not even worried about beefing anything up. Yo, pick that, run up a 6-2. We're not worried about beefing up anything unless we run the 4-3. Now, if we do run the 4-3, I will give you guys the insight for the 4-3. But as of now, we are gonna be looking at a 3-4 and going along those routes. Okay? If you have any other question or comments, or you need to know a little bit more about what we discussed, go ahead and leave a comment right now and let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. You guys go ahead and have a blessed day. Until next time, one love, y'all.